What's going on YouTube? This is Blocks and Blocks. I'm doing another episode of 60 seconds or less. However, with this one, it is going to be a little bit longer, because I'm wanting to kind of talk about how to make your walls not make kids want to cry. So this is kind of bland, as you can see. It serves as a wall, a doorway into another room. It functions as a wall, but it is bland and flat. And so, I guess the first thing you could do would be, add these vertical logs, which allows you to kind of insinuate a structurally sound building. However, it is still flat, it's one thick, and so if I add, let's say, a piece of, stairs here to make it a little bit more, 3D on the back, it just looks flat. So, an easy way to get around that is to make a wall 3 thick. 2 thick would work as well, but I like 3 thick because I generally build larger things. So what you can do is build them across like this, out from it. Let me just put these straight up. Alright, and so now, if you jump over here, it looks a little bit better. It's not such a flat wall, and it looks a bit more complex. You can actually, not delete, but remove this, and so, actually let's just put some beams across the top. Depends on how high you really want your roof. So at this point, you can have this ridge going along the top. You could put some stairs here, using kind of stone to break up the actual material use. I will generally use, let's actually change up the logs here. Take some spruce, some leaves, and a trapdoor. I can make some sort of, planters, if you will. You can just throw these down there. Throw some leaves up in here to decorate. I'm kind of doing this out of order, but as long as you get the general gist. So at this point, I'm just trying to keep the viewer's eye away from just the same material wall. So I'm adding kind of stone stairs here to kind of, again, change up the material. So now you have this type of log, you have trapdoors, you have leaves, you have spruce stone, oak planks, then you have the floor. You could bring this out. Oh god, water, no. So these vertical strips, again, it's all about breaking up the surface. I think the word is jimmings, I believe. I think that's the word. They actually used this on the Death Star during the movie when he's doing the canal run and Luke is flying through that. All those little parts that you see along the side, they have no, structural use or scientific use or any use whatsoever other than to break up the surface and make it look complex and interesting. Again, on the top of this, I am adding, stairs. If I do this, because it's indoors, you don't want to see the ends of logs. It's showing an exterior, detail. You just add that. Is that a creeper? Yep, there's a creeper floating. Enjoy an afternoon swim, if you will. So after this point, you can kind of bring out your beams, implying there's a hallway of sorts. Alright, so you're going to bring this out, and then you go across the top of these. This allows for these stairs to actually look like they're supporting the roof, even if they technically aren't. So I'm adding some stairs here. Actually, what would probably look better is if I just add one in there. Alright, and so this side's, it's looking good. I could even go so far as to add some stone bases, as I said before. I kind of imply that stronger foundation. And so this side looks good, and then on the opposite side, see that now it looks kind of eh. So I guess the way to fix this would be to, do that. Add, some more planters. I find that leaves very well contrast the wood. Alright. Because it allows that, that green to get in there into the brown and whatnot. You can hear my dog walking around. Shut up! Don't look at me. Don't wag your tail. No. Really? You want to do this right now? Yeah, walk away. Walk away. Anyway, so you can bring these up. I'm nice to my dogs, believe it or not. So don't say I'm not. Alright, so I'm going to continue these pillars up a little bit higher. And then, so that's that and that. Continue these across. So keep on the top of this, doesn't really matter unless there's a second floor in which you can actually just kind of fill these in. Or even put it up another layer, because when you do a floor up on the second floor, that's the same floor a lot, you want to have it too thick, so if you add a carpet of sorts, it doesn't make the roof of the first floor look bad and untasteful. So as I kind of finish this up here, you can see kind of how that I think I should put this log and make it a little bit sideways so you don't have the bark showing or the interior. You can add half slabs into the roof to kind of break the roof up as well. I'm kind of touching these all on, you know, this is jungle wood, isn't it? Oh well, that is not good. I don't like jungle wood in this texture pack. By the way, the texture pack is John Smith Legacy, in case you're curious. So you can kind of break up the roof as such. Break up the corners. So anytime anything is just plain and flat, it just becomes boring to look at, and people stop looking at it. And the last thing for me to add, I guess, would be some lighting. Get some torches. How was I throw them down the ground? You can just throw them up here and over here. And with that, you have a nice kind of classy wall that, you know, really has a nice detail and look to it. Almost, you could use it for a Nordic or medieval build. And if I warp over to here, this is a set that I built for a short that me and Chris Eats Games did. You can check it out on his channel called, I think it was Lodge? We were trying to do a noir theme. So you notice I kind of built this hallway in a relatively short amount of time, about 2 hours. We built this entire room, and then we built a gentleman's club with a little lounge and fire and whatnot. And so I guess my point here is that with those walls, with these 3 thick walls and these trapdoors here, it allowed me to have different walls on each side, and so each room is allowed to become what it must accordingly. So if this was a bathhouse, these could all be stone walls, but it wouldn't affect this kind of finer wood, kind of hotel-esque hallways. And so I guess that's the, you know, the major point here is that allow for your creativity to expand into each room without affecting the other rooms. So, and with that, I will see you guys next time. Peace!